It's time for the absolutely. I'm on my way! Completely. I'm almost there! Random. Why are there so many stairs? Podcast. Oh, jeez! With Andrew Rhodes. Hello, Internet, and welcome to the absolutely, completely random podcast for Saturday, April 20th, 2019. As usual, I'm your host, Andrew Rhodes, flying solo because I don't have a life outside of my four walls and my mind and everything else. Hey, I'm human. I don't know, maybe I'll get a life at some point. Eventually. Like the procrastinator, I'll get to it eventually! But anyway, what do I got to talk about this week on the podcast? Well, believe it or not, Jeopardy is once again making headways. And no, not because Alex Trebek has cancer and is thanking everyone for basically saying, hey, it's, thank you for all your support. No, it's because their latest contestant is testing the limits of the Jeopardy prize pool. Yeah. Japanese fans have ranked their favorite Kamen Rider series from the Heisei era. A man has been arrested for BitTorrenting, World Trigger anime, and more. That's not good. Some sad news to report for those humongous fans of everyone's favorite thief. Lupin the Third creator Monkey Punch has passed away, sadly, at the age of 81. And in wake of the horrific tragedy that took place this week in Paris, Ubisoft has agreed to pledge money to help with the restoration of the Notre Dame cathedral, which honestly, kudos to them, because that was a horrendous tragedy that happened over there. I'm not even going to lie. All this and more this week on the Absolutely Completely Random podcast, because this is the only podcast where I feel like we're all on the same page. Seriously, I always like that. I hate when somebody's on a higher pedestal than another person. It pisses me off. A level playing field, an even playing field is just the way I like it. It's perfect. But anyway, if this is your first time here, this is usually the part where I do some shameless self-promotion. Just a moment, if you don't mind indulging me. This is the part where I usually say that if you're in the mood for any weirdities, oddities, collectibles, tradables, stuff that you would probably be trading with kids on the school playground back in the 90s, feel free to check out my eBay page, ARHOADS-2012 on eBay. I have a wide variety of stuff from trading cards to some DVDs, little figures, stuff like that. Just a wide variety of stuff. Recently just put up some Power Rangers stuff, so there is some of that going out. I got some new trading cards that are going up. I have a small flash drive filled with some stuff that I snapped pictures of that I'm still in the process of getting up, because it is a tiring process now going through eBay's system and figuring out everything. It's not complicated, but they keep changing it up every couple months, and I have to learn on the fly again. Thank you, eBay. But anyway, for those of you that are interested, come check out my eBay page, or just swing by and say that I was there and I saw it. I don't have a t-shirt that says, you came to my eBay page and all you got was this lousy shirt, sadly. Although, that would be a really neat idea, but now that I said it, somebody else will do it. But anyway, it's ARHOADS-2012, all lowercase. You can also follow me on Otaku Roads, however you pronounce it, on Twitter. And don't forget to check out the official Web Designer 18 Facebook page, because I usually share the links of any videos that are posted here on YouTube onto the Facebook page. Occasionally I'll put a couple posts up, but not often. Sorry, I don't do Facebook as much as I used to. Years ago, I was all over Facebook. Now I'm just all over Twitter. I don't know. I guess I just traded up for the better model. Alright, so let's talk about how the week went, or how my week went so far here. So we usually have our little sharing times. I like to hear how your weeks went too, so don't forget to leave it down in the comment section how your weeks went. I often like to hear about that. Just like simple, oh, I had a good week, or, oh, I scored a character in my game or something. I don't mind how mundane or idiotic it is. I enjoy it. Plus, it proves to me mentally and reassures me that there are people that actually watch my video. I don't, you listen to the podcast. That's what it's designed to do. You're not supposed to watch my podcast because it's just a static image, and that's the whole reason why. But you're more than willing and free to listen to it. That's the whole point. You can do something else while you're doing it. But anyway, let me know how your weeks went. But how my week went was sort of an interesting little thing here. So, how did my week go? Quite well, actually. I got a new character like near the end of last week on my Puzzles and Dragons game, and I have been kicking ass and taking names with, trying to change up some of my team to get a different, I guess you want to, I mean, I know the elements are light, dark, wood, water, fire, and yeah, that's like 5 elements. I tried coming up with a new wood character to use because the one that I had was okay, but I kind of felt like there was a better one that could have like a dual element, and I found a double wood one that I'm trying to use, but I'm just not getting the same results. I kind of feel like it's not as good, so I'm going to have to change back till I can find something that's better. I don't know. I'm still learning as the game goes. I'm so close to rank 400, and I'm still learning, so that's still a good thing. Though I did score a cool character. For those of you that were unaware, the Yu Yu Hakusho collaboration once again came around, which I'm loving the fact that a lot of these collaborations on Puzzles and Dragons go away and then they recycle them a couple like months down the road. I love that because then if I miss a chance on getting something that had like an event ticket or something that you could get through the dungeon, I have a chance to get the thing later on, so I hold on to some of those. I might consider trading some of those if the trading system ever came up with stuff that I didn't already have. That's the one gripe I have so far, but I don't know. Maybe that'll get fixed in their next update, whenever the hell that'll be. But anyway, I scored Shinobu Sensui. For those of you who know Yu Yu Hakusho, he was the villain from, you could technically call it the 3rd arc in the series, not counting Hiei and Kurama's arc, because I consider that mostly like an introduction, use case spirit detective, introduction. You have Rando, which I would consider his first main villain. What was the one? The Saint Beast leader, whose name escapes me at the moment. You had Toguro, who was technically, okay, so he'd be the 4th. So Shinobu Sensui was the 4th. He was the former spirit detective. Well, I got his character out of the lucky draw because they gave 100 magic stones to everybody, and I mostly just use magic stones for one thing, expanding my monster pool. That's all I do with them. So what did I do? I just got a bunch of monsters from the pool, from the machine for the Yu Yu Hakusho thing, and I scored Sensui. And I'm geeking the hell out because I'm like, oh, this is cool. I got Sensui. It has 2 different evolutions. I mean, I also scored Kurama. I scored Genkai. Oh, no, I scored Hiei, not Kurama. I got Hiei, Genkai, Botan, Shishiwakamaru, and Sensui. I got multiple Shishiwakamarus I'm stuck with. Bastard wasn't that great in the show, and I'm stuck with at least like 4 or 5 of him. That's just great. But I got Sensui, and I'm like, this is really cool. I was really excited about this. So I evolved him into his Sacred Energy Armor evolution, which kicks massive ass. I can't even begin to tell you. Awakening all of the powers just blows my mind because you take it up to a 10 count, and this dragon aura just surrounds the image of the picture, and it's just like massively powerful. With the team I have now, if I get up to a 10 combo, I can get 105.00 times the total attack power damage, which is just mind-blowingly powerful. Gives me a 7x6 board, which I'm more used to than the regular board, which I think is like 4x6 or 6x something, or I don't know. But I'm more used to the 7x6 board. I like that a lot better. Honestly, I am a humongous fan of this. I love this character. I mean, I kind of like Sensui from the series anyway. He was one of my favorite villains. Toguro was okay, but Sensui was just unique in the fact that it was 7 personalities in one body that literally were just beating the crap out of poor Yusuke. He had years and centuries worth of experience over poor Yusuke, and he was like nothing to him. If he wouldn't have been for the fact that they MacGuffined his ass with... Oh, sorry, I don't want... Well, I'll spoil it. I'm going to review it at some point anyway. I might just skip to that and then go backwards. But they MacGuffined it because he was going to die in the series, and he got his ass whooped in the end, and that was it. And I'm like... It led into the final arc for Yu Yu Hakusho, but still, I felt like it was a cheap way to beat that thing. But yeah, I kind of understand the whole concept, but still, that was a cheap way. But I had that happen to me. I was having fun with that this week. Got some free stuff in Contest of Champions. My 2-star Nick Fury showed up from the Marvel Insider promotion that they had. I got a day off of work unexpected. I was supposed to work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I ended up getting Thursday off because I guess the planets aligned in the correct alignment, so I was kind of happy about that. Uploaded the Anime GBU this week. So that was fun. It was Battle Spirits, Burning Souls, and Godanner. I got all the questions in for the Q&A. So this has been a massively exciting week for me here. And plus, I have something secretly working in the pipeline that's gonna be announced either Sunday or Monday. So get ready for that, because there's a big announcement coming. I'm not even lying about that. It's huge. I think it's gonna make a couple people on here extremely happy. I don't know how happy, but it's going to make them happy. I'm just hammering out the final details of it, but I'm announcing something big either way. So look forward to that. Q&A is going to be out on Monday, and yeah, that's pretty much been how my week went, besides today where I broke my bedroom door. When I was little, my grandfather and my uncle, my one uncle I should say, put up this, it's a, I don't remember what the technical term is for it, but I've seen Ron Hazelton has a video up of installing one, but it's basically a thing to help pull the door shut so that it doesn't stay open all the time. Mine was already getting a little loose. It's been on there for, my mom and I were figuring at least, because I'm 29 now, at least 24, 25 years. We're figuring it was on there. Because I think it was like 4 or 5 when they put that on. Don't quote me. So it's been on there for almost a good quarter of a century. And it just finally gave up this morning and broke on me. The pin that held it in just completely snapped. I think it broke off some of the other parts of it because I have like no way of figuring out how in the hell this thing is connected anymore. So I'm like, you know what? It's fine. I gotta look around and get a new one anyway. I'll just spend the money and get a new one. I'm gonna go get that on Monday. So I just get to spend one weekend where my door won't close on its own, and I actually have to remember to close it. But that's not bad. So that's been how my week went. I know it was a little overly long, but I don't have many topics this week, so I figured I could go a little more in depth with my week. But yeah, that's pretty much how my week went. Got a new flash drive because mine was, I lost the cover for mine, so there is that. But anyway, I've had a good week, honestly. So let's dive into the podcast and let's get started, shall we? Because this is going to be fun. Okay, so before we get into this week's podcast, I just want to say the following here. My thoughts are with everyone in regards to the very tragic fire that happened this week. And it's actually just going to lead into the first topic here. But my thoughts are with everyone in regards to the fire that happened this week in Paris, the Notre Dame cathedral. It was very sad. I'm not even going to lie. All that history, all that art and everything else just going up in flames. It was truly sad. I know that Dave asked people to stop making Quasimodo jokes. I get why some people were doing it. It was more of a, I think, tension reliever for them because of it being such a horrible thing. They couldn't find a way to process it completely in their minds, and they needed some way of levity to help break it up. I understand that, but I kind of agree with them. Okay, the moment's passed now. You can ditch the jokes. They're no longer needed. But that being said, my thoughts are, as I said, with everyone in regards to the cathedral. It is truly a sad thing that happened. And out of this, though, there are some good things that are coming. Ubisoft, the creators of Assassin's Creed, have made Assassin's Creed Unity free on PC for an entire week. I believe this was like Wednesday they started that. So at least till this coming Wednesday, you can download it for free as a way of people to be able to see the inside of the cathedral, at least see the cathedral as itself. So there is that wonderful piece of news there. But otherwise, yeah, it's just really tragic with all this that happened. But on top of making Assassin's Creed Unity free to download, they are promising to donate some money. They're pledging funds, and this is gone on by a lot of people. Multiple news outlets have had this on all week here with different people donating money. The article that I had originally was Kotaku. Unfortunately, people have been complaining that they're not accurate right now with their information, so I found a USA Today article that's pretty much the same thing, and link is in the description. So, yeah, they actually have a video on here, a drone video of the cathedral 5 months before the fire, and it really is. It's beautiful. You can't deny it. It's a horrible thing that happened, but accidents do happen. Last I heard, they were saying it was an accident. It was electrical. They believe, last I had heard. So it's just horrible at this point that it happened. But like I said, stuff happens. But Ubisoft has promised to donate. At least they're making a contribution of 500,000 euros, which is around $565,000 to the rebuilding of the cathedral. And the Paris headquartered game maker said Wednesday that it will make its virtual rendition of the cathedral available to those involved in the rebuilding of the church. They're not the only ones, because I know that my mom saw something online that Disney was apparently approached because The Hunchback of Notre Dame was a Disney movie, and they were asked, do you still have some of the footage from the cathedral, from the inside of it? We could really use it to help aid in the restoration, the reconstruction. And my mom, from what she had saw online, they had agreed to it. Now, I don't have that information with me available at the moment, unfortunately, but I'm sure a Google search can find that. This truly is a horrible thing, but hopefully, like the phoenix, the cathedral can rise again. Ubisoft is making Assassin's Creed Unity available free to play for gamers for the next week, as I said. As the smoke clears in the events that unfolded Monday at the Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris, they stand with their fellow Parisans and everyone around the world moved by the devastation the fire caused, according to the publisher, said on Wednesday. The cathedral is an integral part of Paris, a city to which they are deeply connected. Seeing the monument in peril like this has affected them all. It affected a lot of people, I'm not going to lie. I saw the video of the steeple tower just falling over, and it was... You could just feel everybody's hearts just dropping at that moment around the world. No matter where you were, you could feel it. In addition to encouraging others to donate to the restoration efforts, the company said they want to give everyone involved a chance to experience the majesty and beauty of the cathedral the best way they know how to, and that would be with Assassin's Creed Unity. The restoration funds, I think it's gotten over to like $1 billion last I had heard, just for the restoration funds alone. I think it was like Selma Hayek and her husband are donating money. There's a couple companies that are donating a lot of money. They're getting more money. They're going to be fine. I'm almost sure of it. Financial wise, restoring this thing. I mean, this is like, this was made in like, I think 1163. I think I read somewhere it was like 1163. that the cathedral was built. So a lot of that artwork and stuff in there is, like I said, it's centuries old. And the fact that it was just completely, hit by this, that was horrific. Some of the images were even hard to watch and even see. Like, videos and the images were just hard. But yeah, so they're saying like the video games can enable them to explore places that they could never have otherwise imagined. They hope that this small gesture, that they can provide everyone an opportunity to appreciate their virtual homage to this monumental piece of architecture. The period includes research, testing, asset protection, and of course the numerous adjustments and bugs corrections, the company said to USA Today. It ended up becoming their benchmark landmark both for navigation and visual standards. And honestly, it's good. But in the wake of the devastation that was caused by this, some have wondered whether the technology used to create Ubisoft's virtual Notre Dame cathedral might be useful in restoring the actual church. That's actually a good question. It's important, though, according to the article, to keep in mind that what we did for the game was not a scientific reconstruction, but rather an artistic vision. Ubisoft said in a statement, while we wanted to be very precise with details, there are some differences in terms of scale and with some elements. That being said, we would be more than happy to lend our expertise in any way that we can to help with these efforts. So yes, you can actually go to Ubisoft's website or the Ubisoft store, and you can download Assassin's Creed Unity for free for an entire week. It is actually, if you've always wanted to play the game but you didn't have the funds to buy it, now's your chance to really just go to town, get it. They're giving it, it's like I said, it's up for free. So yeah. Get a free copy. Okay, because this is the actual website here. I just checked out. So it's like register. It's on register.ubisoft.com/ACU Notre Dame giveaway /EN for -US. Get your free copy. In light of the devastating fire at the Notre Dame de Paris, Ubisoft wants to give all gamers a chance to experience the majesty and beauty of the cathedral through Assassin's Creed Unity on PC. From April 17th at 10 a.m. to April 25th at 3 a.m., your local time, you can download Assassin's Creed Unity on PC for free here. And you'll own it forever in your Uplay Games library. We encourage all of you who want to help with the restoration and reconstruction of the cathedral to join Ubisoft in donating. So basically, you just, download it. Click the little thing here, see what it does. There's like a little keyboard type deal at the bottom. Let's see what that does. Okay, you have to log in. So you actually have to create an account. If you don't have a Ubisoft account, you have to create an account. But if you do, you can get a free copy of Assassin's Creed Unity. So if you ever want to, like I said, play it, it's just about your best time to do it. It really is sad, though, what happened. It really is. This would almost be like seeing a massive, it's just a massive tragedy, basically. Last that I heard, they were saying something was going on because there was some work being done on the cathedral. They're claiming it was electrical, but that was the last I heard of it. I also didn't hear anything about anybody being hurt. So there is some good out of this, that nobody was really hurt. Last I heard, nobody was really injured or anything. So that is good. But it's just a really sad and somber moment that was felt around the world, and nobody's going to deny that. But, like I said, if you ever wanted to play Assassin's Creed Unity and you just didn't have the money to buy it, or you just didn't want to have the space on your shelf for the game, well, you can get the PC version for free up until the 25th at 3 a.m. your time, because they're doing something really nice. You can see the cathedral in all of its glory prior to this horrific event. So that's really great of you, Ubisoft. I'm not even gonna lie. That's top tier. That is top tier right there. That's really top tier. It's really kind of you. All right. Also, speaking of sad and somber news, unfortunately, let's just get both the gut punches here out of the way this week, if we can. Lupin the Third. The name should sound familiar to a majority of you. They just recently announced earlier this week that they got some of the cast ready for that Fujiko Minai movie they were coming out with. Or I don't know. There was something about Lupin other than this. What's up now? But the other sad piece of news, the other gut punch I got this week, is Lupin the Third creator Monkey Punch has sadly passed away at the age of 81 due to pneumonia. It really is sad. He was the creator, is the renowned manga author and Lupin the Third creator, Kazuhiko Kaito, known widely by his Monkey Punch pen name. I gotta think of a decent pen name. That's just made me think of that, because that's like a kick-ass pen name, but that is yours. It's retired forever. It's permanent. But sadly, he has passed away, though. Reports state that he died on April 11th of pneumonia at the age of 81. He was born May 26, 1937, and he kicked off his successful manga career in 1965. Though he started with Playboy School's run in Futabasha's manga story magazine, he would truly hit his mark when Lupin III hit the pages of Manga Action magazine in 1968. Since its debut, Lupin has inspired TV anime series, which really wasn't bad, anime films, specials, and live-action adaptations. Kaito's work has earned him major awards over the years, from the Tokyo Anime Award Lifetime Achievement Award to San Diego Comic-Con's Inkpot Award and beyond. His legacy most recently carried on in the Lupin III Part 5 TV anime. So it really is just sad. He's passed away at the age of 81. The anime world just lost. I mean, the anime and manga world's basically just lost another great icon. But yeah, I mean, the picture they even have on the article here is just really touching. He's still working. He's got like this. He's got like this smile on his face, like my grandfather gets every now and then, and he's just like sitting there, with the digital pen in his hand, doodling on the drawing board, and it's just like you can just see the look he's got on his face. It's like, I'm doing what I love, and it really does feel like that. But yeah, this is sad news that someone like this has just left us. I mean, it would be understandable, I think, if it would be like, well, he died of natural causes, but pneumonia, I can see a lot of people being a little more upset about that. Not that I've read that anybody is, but I mean, yeah, it just sucks to die of that. But still, it's just still sad either way. His show was good. I mean, I've seen Lupin the Third. I've seen, he teamed up with Conan Edogawa on Case Closed once. There was like a crossover special, not part of either's standalone series, but I think just done in general. There was multiple specials that I've seen online. I've seen Lupin the Third back when Toonami was on, like, during the day, and when Cartoon Network actually had anime on in the afternoons. I saw some Lupin the Third then. It wasn't a bad show. I liked it. I haven't read any of the manga, sadly, but Lupin the Third wasn't a bad show. It was basically Lupin's this master thief. He's constantly getting away with stuff. You have his one buddy. You have this overbearing cop. It's an interesting series. I plan to review it at some point. I just honestly have to sit back down and watch some of it again, because I haven't seen it in years. I really haven't. I haven't seen it in years. But either way, like I said, it's really sad to know that he's passed away. It's such a ripe age. I mean, 81. I mean, he was up there, but still, I mean, it's just, like I said, if it would have been old age, it would have been something. But the fact that it was pneumonia, supposedly that took him, according to this, yeah, reports state that he died of pneumonia. So, yeah, if it would have just been, died of natural causes, I could see people not being as, heartbroken because, like, okay, just it was his time of life. But the fact that it was pneumonia, it's like, man, he got sick. That's what took him. And you have all the people that, we hope you feel better. We're pulling for you. We hope you feel better, like fans and that, and then they just get heartbroken even more when they find out that nope, he's not doing any better. He's getting worse, or he's died, and it's like they just really get upset by that. But either way, like I said, it was sad to hear about this week. So, as we often do here on this podcast, if we could, please let us bow our heads in a moment of silence in reflection of, and I want to make sure I get his name right because I'm going to mess it up, I know it. Kazuhiko Kaito, also known as Monkey Punch. So if we may bow our heads for a moment of silence, if we may. May you rest in peace, and may your pen never find a more worthy owner than you. Alright, so for a lot of people out there, torrents are a massive way to get your hands on some I want to have this now sort of deal, like TV shows, video games, emulators, stuff like that. A lot of times they're illegal. I'm not going to lie about it. They're creepy. You run the risk of getting viruses out your ass. I mean, my one buddy, if I remember him telling me the story the one time how he got a torrent, and it was nothing but virus-filled nightmare. I've seen horror stories online about this stuff. But this is definitely going to be either a cautionary tale or just straight up, hey, this isn't a good thing. So in the crime never pays department, because crime never pays. If it did, everybody be doing it. You have another case of a suspect being arrested for illegally distributing anime in Japan. Here we go again. Yeah, so basically, what the guy did, he's a 29-year-old Korean national living in Yokachi, who allegedly used BitTorrent to share the World Trigger anime and more with others. And I'm reading exactly what it says here from the article. I'm not making any accusations or assumptions or anything else. I'm reading exactly from the article here. The suspect allegedly uploaded anime episodes from Blu-ray discs and distributed them online through BitTorrent. Following an arrest by the Osaka Prefectural Police, statements said the man simply claimed he wanted it to be seen by everyone and released it. World Trigger wasn't the only title, though, allegedly being released in this way. Investigation is still underway, but in total, there were about 30 anime series and live-action series being uploaded, with damages adding up to a reported 1.8 billion yen, or around $16.1 million. How the hell is it worth less in US dollars than in yen? Wow. So it's 8.1 billion yen is around $16.1 million American. Wow. I don't know whether to laugh or cry at that. Wow. But yeah, so I don't know what the deal is. I mean, you wanted it to be free, so I'm guessing this person was trying to be like the Renegade, or basically like an anime version of the kid from Tron Legacy, where, hey, I'm going to make this new operating system free for everybody by hacking into the company that my dad created and that this guy's taken over, and I'm going to make it so that everybody basically gets access to this new system for free. They don't have to pay the money for it. But yet, what is bad about this is that you're putting it up on BitTorrent. So not only can everybody first off get it, but you're also including possible viruses that could potentially cause more headaches down the road, malware, spyware, Trojans, you name it. So this could be all part of a widely larger issue. And yes, I know somebody's going to say, well, there aren't many viruses with this stuff. Again, horror stories online, they are scary stuff. Just like that YouTube video I watched years ago where there was stories from the darknet. That's enough to turn your skin. Literally, I didn't feel my skin crawl. I felt my skin turning. It wasn't good. I've seen clips, one or two clips from World Trigger. It's on my list that I really want to check out. But honestly, this was a stupid idea, I think, from the start. You wanted to share it, so you put it up on a BitTorrent. Google Drive, I guess, wasn't available for you, or something that was a little less conspicuous that you could password protect and share this, but you wanted to share it with everybody. Okay. And you basically now got found out, got caught, and I'm guessing now the brilliant idea is either deny everything or hope and pray that there's not going to be more issues down the road with this. So yeah. It's always a pain in the neck here. And I'm reading some of the comments on here. I like the one here. It goes, the damages from pirates that those companies always claim is such a bullshit. Not every download means a loss for the company, since many people download and watch it because it is available, but only a majority would really buy the Blu-rays or CDs. Well, Blu-rays are expensive as hell. There's a comment to that, or a reply goes, I would argue that some people download anime out of simple curiosity or just to get a small taste for the flavor of a series. Then if they really like what they've seen, they might go out and purchase the whole thing on Blu-ray so that they can rewatch whenever it's convenient, or just to proudly display their fandom with the discs on a shelf. The person goes on to say in the comment here, I purchased an entire series not too long ago and enjoyed it so much that I insisted my friend sit through it with me. Then I let my brother borrow the box set so he could experience it as well. I guess my question is, do I need to hire myself a good lawyer? Yeah, it's okay. I guess because you let your friend, your brother borrow it and you showed it to somebody else, so I really wouldn't know. But that's just some of the comments. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing you can really do about this. You're going to have pirates that are always going to be doing this type of stuff. The advent of the internet's been doing this for centuries. There's a YouTuber, Penny Underbust. She made a video where she was talking about pirates, and she said that because she grew up in Australia, that by the time movies would ever get down there to them, they were old news by that point. I mean, they're already like halfway through promoting the sequels coming out in a month when they're getting access to the original as a premiere when she was growing up. So pirating stuff was the basic norm. Everybody did it. Everybody knew everybody did it. And yeah, there are some instances, and I will always say this because this is the one thing that I will always say here. You have the people that go, well, you have these illegal streaming sites like Kiss Anime and all that. But here's the thing. I always consider it this way. The illegal streaming sites, as far as I'm concerned, are wrong to a point. If it involves a series that is out of print, I mean one that you have to spend $70 to $100 just to get your hands on one disc. Not the box set, but a disc. One single disc. From a set. So like, let's say it was broken up into seasons, and you have to spend $70 to $100 for one disc, for disc one for season one, and it's like $70 to $100 you have to spend plus shipping or not. I would watch it on one of those sites first to see, is this worth me wanting to invest the $70 to $100? Anime is a good thing to have, but I'm not going to piss $70 to $100 down the toilet for a series that I'm going to hate. While granted, I have a chance of getting my money back if it's a very rare series, I'm still out the money till I make said judgment call. That means that if it gets to me busted, or if I just don't like it, then I have to resell it, and I have to hope that it turns and burns fast. Otherwise, I'm out the money that was spent for a majority of, what it was made. So, yeah, I can understand people's gripes, and I can understand their complaints about illegal streaming sites and people wanting to BitTorrent and pirate this stuff, but it does have a point to it. It's somewhere down the road. Do you want to spend for like an OOP title, or one that's very rare, out of print, or no longer available at all? Do you want to spend the money for something that's extremely rare to find, well, granted, yes, the satisfaction of it arriving and finally tracking it down, but do you really want to spend the crap ton of money to buy it, have it arrive, have that satisfaction and nostalgia, basically get the euphoric feeling that you're going to have all of that happen, then have it suck, and basically have you questioning, was this worth my time? And then going into like a depressive state because it wasn't. That's when a lot of those streaming sites that people consider illegal, and I'm even going to say it here, BitTorrent, do come in handy. Because you're going to have stuff like this where, do I want to spend the $100 for basically the first season of this anime? It's hard to find anymore. It came out in the late 90s. They have like one season of it, like one or two seasons that were released on DVD at the time. It's like the late 90s, early 2000s. It came out on a DVD thing, or it's the VHS tape. Do I want to spend the crap ton of money to buy that for it to not work? If the answer is no, then I would worry about it. But if I'm really on the fence about it, but I don't want to spend that $100, I need that for rent and other things, I will always just make the comment they could just go check out one of the sites like Kiss Anime or something, see if they have it on that, watch an episode and see if it's something that piques your interest. Get a taste for it. And if it's not, then you don't have to worry about ordering the main course. You can just get up and leave. I can hear a lot of people going, but it's still causing harm. They're not getting, the creators in that aren't getting paid. Well, here's the thing. Would you rather them get paid and the person hate it, possibly never wanting to watch an anime series again because of it, like we're talking like a first-timer here, or would you rather them just, watch it, think, this is a good series, I want to get it, and then take the time and effort to track it down? Finding like the fans and the fan base in that are around it, communities, forums, and stuff like that dedicated to the series, and then tracking it down. Joining bands of people together that all feel the same way. Like, hey, we really like this show too. What's your favorite part of this? Oh, well, I'm still a newbie, but I watched one episode on this site and it piqued my interest, so I wanted to find the rest of it on DVD so I could watch it whenever I want, or watch the VHS whenever I want. So I'm trying to find a copy of it somewhere. Oh, yeah, not a problem. Here, I'll point you in the right direction here. Go check out this site right here. They got a whole bunch of old stock VHS tapes. You're going to love it. Man, they might have like more stuff that you might be interested in. Here's like a list of anime that might be right up your alley. What's your types that you like? I might be able to give you a list or something. That's basically how I feel with those. But as far as this, you basically want to share it with the world. That's fine. Share it with the world, but do so in a more humble way. This was flat out wrong and illegal, and you know it. I mean, because like I said, not only are you basically opening everybody up to possible viruses and what have you, but it almost feels like this was a staged sort of event. Like, oh, well, World Trigger's, not out there for everyone to watch. To which, first off, if you have access to Tubi, I know for a fact it's on Tubi's site. I think it's like Tubi. Hold on, let me look that up. Because I know that I've seen it on the Roku player, on the Tubi app on the Roku player. Because I know I just downloaded that for my tablet because I want to be able to pull up some old anime series. Yeah, okay, it's TubiTV.com. I know for a fact that they have some anime on here. Okay, once it stops trying to glitch out on me here. Okay, thousands of free browse titles. You got a whole bunch of stuff here. I mean, they have like some old TV shows and stuff. You got supported devices. You get an account with them. Or you can just watch it for free like I usually do on my Roku player. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. Anime. Here we go. Anime. You pull it up from the thing. So then you can watch this for free too. Okay, so we got I'm just gonna read off a couple of them on here. But you can easily check this out for yourselves. It's TubiTV.com. You got JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Hunter x Hunter, Naruto, Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, Fairy Tail, Bleach, the original Yu-Gi-Oh! Series, Sonic X, Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal, Yu-Gi-Oh! 5Ds, One Punch Man, the third season of Digimon, Dante's Inferno, Arc 5. Oh, cool. They got Arc 5 on here now. Huh. Alright, moving on. Akira, they got the dubbed version. I don't know which dubbed version it is. They got Ida Kiss, Yu Yu Hakusho, Naruto's one movie, Voltron, Street Fighter, Bonds Beyond Time, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Attack on Titan, Ruby Volume 2, Afro Samurai. They got Volume 1 of Ruby, Redline, Valkyrie Drive Mermaid, Death Note, World Trigger, right here on the site. World Trigger is on Tubi TV. So, booyah right there, folks. It's on here. That's just to name a few. We got Cowboy Bebop, Volume 3 of Ruby, that Rock Lee Naruto spinoff, Monster Rancher, Heroes Legends of the Battle, whatever the hell that is. It looks kind of interesting. Tales of Zestria, the X, Ouran High School Host Club, Absolute Duo, Fairy Tales, movie, The Phoenix Priestess, the first Afro Samurai movie. There's Afro Samurai Resurrection, I think, up higher. Certain Magical Index, Harlock Space Pirates, and another Voltron. Us Vehicle Voltron, never mind. So, yeah, there's a whole bunch of here. But World Trigger is right here. Literally, smack dab, boom, right here on Tubi site. You can pull it up, you can watch the episodes, and they're free. It's free to watch because a lot of this stuff is with ads. You get ads for this stuff. So it's free to watch. Yeah. So, I don't understand the concept of, well, I want to make it available to the world. Yeah, you're making it available to somebody, the world I don't know about. Unless you're in a part that doesn't get this, but with that whole VPN crap that people are getting nowadays, with people finding newer ways to get around the regional lockouts for like browsers and routers and modems and stuff, it stands to reason that at some point down the road, they are going to basically find a way to basically stop and go, oh, I can pull this up. I live in this country and I have internet access and I can pull this up. So I don't understand the whole, oh, I can't pull this up, I can't watch this. That's bull. And I know for a fact that that's not even the only site that does anime stuff either that I can pull up from my Roku. Pluto has some stuff on there. I know that for a fact because I watch some anime on Pluto. There's just so much that they have to offer, and it's like, well, I don't do this because insert reason here, but the fact that this guy wanted to make the stuff available for the world, it's already available for the world. It's just the fact that you wanted to make it available for you and feel like you were a big man. And here's the news flash for you. That didn't work too well, did it? No, that didn't work out too well for you there, did it? Nope. But yeah, World Trigger you can pull up on Tubi. Tubi's got a wide variety of anime series you can watch. I've been watching Yu-Gi-Oh! On there. I used to watch Transformers Generation 1 on Tubi while I was eating dinner. So there's a wide variety of stuff you can pull up on there. So it's already out there for the world. So this guy's, you wanted it to be seen by everyone and you released it. That claim is BS, bullshit, 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 and you know it. Because everybody can already pull it up. It's already on different things. So, yeah, that was bull and you know it. Damn. Oh, well. Maybe somebody will explain it to him. I don't know. But at least that's one more criminal off the streets, I guess. But, I don't know. The story doesn't really have a good ending either way you look at it. It really doesn't. Alright, anybody that knows me knows that I am a humongous fan of anything Japanese related. I like the Power Rangers, and by extension, I grew to like the Super Sentai series. Fact to be, I didn't know that the Power Rangers and the Super Sentai series were the same thing up until Dino Thunder, the episode where they actually had footage from Aba Ranger in one of the episodes of Dino Thunder as the actual Aba Ranger show. Really cool. Episode was stupid, but, well, both episodes were stupid. But either way, it was cool. And it opened up the floodgates and the doorway for me to learn more, which I did. I finally dived into the Super Sentai series about the time Gokaiger was out, which was honestly, I think, a lot of people's foray, and their foray basically in their first dropping into the Sentai world, and it was worth it. I grew to like it. I watched most of the seasons. I didn't watch Q Ranger, and I haven't seen Lupin Ranger versus Pat Ranger aside from a couple episodes that were up for free on YouTube that somebody put up before YouTube yanked them down. So anyway, you have Super Sentai, of course. Anything Tokusatsu related, I'm probably going to find a love for too. I love the Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad show, which was based off of Gridman over in Japan, and it was Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad here in the US. So that was a Tokusatsu show. I can stand Ultraman, but honestly, I liked Ultraman Tiga, and I've seen a couple other Ultraman. The original really was bad. I mean, that's like really bad. But the one Tokusatsu series that stands out for me is Kamen Rider. And why does this series stand out above every other Tokusatsu show out there? Because it's average people getting a chance to be special. Most of the writers that came up as characters for this literally were just simple people trying to live their lives. No pre-notion of destiny, no you're the fated one, no you're the chosen Neo crap. They were flat out 100% basic people, and I love it for that. It gives the average schmo a chance to be a superhero. And I'm not the only one, because there's a crap ton of fans, because the Japanese fans have ranked their favorite Heisei Kamen Rider series. Now, as many of you know, the Heisei era of Kamen Rider and the Heisei era of Japan is coming to an end on May 1st, when the new emperor will take his seat and begins the new era. So, yeah, the Reiwa era. I had to remember that from one of my other podcast episodes. Ooh, he's becoming sentient. He's remembering stuff. Egaland posted the results of a survey conducted by ranking website Ranking, okay, which asked fans about their favorite Heisei Kamen Rider series. So the Heisei era of Kamen Rider started back in 2000 with Kamen Rider Kyuga and ends with the current Kamen Rider series, Kamen Rider Zio, Z-I-O. The results were gathered from 8,048 participants aged 10 to 60, and the top 10 results are... I'm going to go in descending order up until the top number 1. So starting off the list at number 10, we have Kamen Rider X-Aid, which honestly was a crapshoot. It was a video game-based doctor series. So basically, doctors in video games trying to prevent a virus and play a game at the same time. It took a weird turn when everything got reset at the one point by the villain, and it was a bit confusing. You had an entire little contest in a game that was being run by other people that were able to transform into riders, that if they lost, they were trapped or something, or destroyed. I couldn't understand it. I watched 2 episodes straight through, and I, like 2 or 3 episodes straight through, and I just threw my hands up in the air and said, "To hell with this show, I'm done." And only thing I've watched since that were clips, and honestly, the clips do it justice just fine. It's small, short, and to the point. That's just what it needed. Number 9 is Kamen Rider Drive. This was actually quite a good series, but it did have some issues. Kamen Rider Drive came right after the massively humongous successful season that was, if memory serves me correctly, it should have been Kamen Rider Gaim that came out before Drive, because I kind of remember that because I watched Gaim. I watched like the whole series of Gaim, and then I watched Kamen Rider Drive. I'm gonna check that out. But yeah, so I did check that out. I did watch that series from start to finish. It was basically about Shinosuke, who, Tomori Shinosuke, who basically, he becomes a Kamen Rider. He's one of the greatest detectives, but his mind just doesn't want to constantly move into full speed. It's a decent show. I'm not gonna lie. It was good. They killed him off and they brought him back with the MacGuffin. Characters were weird. They had a spin-off that made two spin-offs that made no sense, but the one was technically the first episode, which was even more confusing. And it was preceded by, where the hell is it? Let's see here. Preceded by, well, I know the one that came after it. Because Kamen Rider Ghost came after it, but which one came? What the hell series? I think it was Gaim that came before, wasn't it? Alright, come on. Where the hell is the preceded by thing here? I got opening notes, external links. Thank you. That's what I'm looking for here. Okay, and... Okay, so Phase 2... Yes, Gaim, okay. So Gaim came before Drive, and Gaim was basically Fruit Jesus. As the one Kamen Rider reviewer on YouTube constantly names it, Kamen Rider Gaim was Fruit Jesus. I remember watching that series. I was hooked on that series. My mom could attest to the fact that I was hooked on that series. I watched the crap out of that. I watched the crap out of O's. Didn't watch all of Wizard. I watched all of Drive. I watched all of Ghost. What the hell one came after that? I think Ghost... Oh, I hate when it does that. I go and I leave the page and I come back and it's pushes it away. Then Ghost was X-Aid, then Build, then Zeo. I watched 3 episodes of X-Aid and I said to hell with it. I didn't watch a single episode of Build, not because I didn't like it, but it's because I forgot about it when it was starting. I completely missed it. And Zeo, I just haven't gotten a chance to watch yet. But yeah, so the fans have been ranking now, so that one's number 9. So Kamen Rider Drive was number 9. Kamen Rider W comes into the 8th spot, and that's actually a good one. It's a noir-style detective thing with 2 personalities that basically become one Kamen Rider. You have Philip, who's this... I don't really know exactly what to call him, but I'm just going to go with Super Genius, who basically can access this entire thing in his head, and it's kind of interesting. He transforms with this other person. They utilize 2 different systems to transform. You have... This is really cool. The one goes Joker, and the other one's Cyclone. And that's how they always transform. It's like a USB stick. They click the button that says what the thing is, and they put it into the rider belt. They push it out, form in a W, and they transform into Kamen Rider W or Kamen Rider Double, whichever you prefer. So that was actually pretty good. There is like 2 different alt modes. There's a Fang mode, which is pretty interesting, but only Philip can use that one. Then there was their massive power-up mode, which they took like 2 good episodes to find, and that episode was hard to watch, not because it was sad or anything, but because it kept getting copyright striked all over the place if you wanted to watch it online, so you had to watch it with audio unsynced or with no audio and subtitles only, like a silent picture, which was a pain in the ass. But either way, that was a good series too. Forza comes in at number 7. That's the high school, I want to make friends with everybody kid who basically was your standard spot the protagonist game contestant if I ever saw one on a live action show. He had a massively strange ass hairdo. Everything was weird with him. But the switch system to transform was pretty cool. So yeah, I will agree with that one. That's a good spot for it. Number 7. Forza was strange but good. But yeah, there was that. Coming in at number 6 is Kamen Rider. I'm guessing it's supposed to be Foz because it's 555. But if it's, this should have just been Kamen Rider Foz, F-A-I-Z. But yeah, okay, whatever. This is an interesting one too. Basically dealing with, I can't believe I'm going to say this, strange creatures that honestly made no sense. It had a movie, Paradise Lost, which I watched, which was okay, but confusing as hell if you didn't actually watch the entire series, because apparently, according to the person that reviews Kamen Rider series on YouTube, it's more of a, well, you have to watch the whole thing, because it's like an alternate ending type of deal, I think, but either way, it's still confusing as hell. This one aired alongside, I believe it was Abba Ranger at the time. Hold on, let me double check that. I think this one did air alongside Abba Ranger at the time. Kamen Rider F-A-I-Z. Yeah, Kamen Rider 555 or Kamen Rider Foz, whichever you prefer. Okay, so it's 555. Well, either way, I noted it's Foz too, so I'm not wrong either way. Here we go. Let's check out the Wikipedia page and not the Kamen Rider fandom Wikipedia page. I think this one did air alongside 13th installment. Okay. See, this was the 13th installment in the Kamen Rider series. It's a joint collaboration. I think this one did air alongside something or other. Hold on, let me check the episode list here. Franchise. This final. Okay, I think this did air alongside Abba Ranger. I'm almost certain it did, because I kind of remember that strange, it was either this one or another one. Hold on. Let me find out when Abba Ranger came out, and then that'll put this to rest here. Let's see here. Abba Ranger. A-B-A-R-A. Abba Ranger. Okay. Alright, just spell it wrong. Okay. Alright, it's just better off to check it here, see when it aired. Let's see here. 50 episodes, 25 minutes, running from February 16, 2003 to February 8th of 2004. And did it run congruent with Foz? That's the magical question here. I think it did. Yeah, it did. Big time. Foz ran from January 26, 2003 to January 18th of 2004. So this one kind of ran in coherence with Abba Ranger. Sorry, I had to double check that, because usually they have down that it was part of, I guess Superhero Time didn't come out yet at this point, but still, this would have been Superhero Time. But yeah, so the whole story of Foz is a weird one. It's sad, it's depressing, and it's not a series to watch if you're new to Kamen Rider. It's one it's the Death Note of Kamen Rider. You have to have a few series under your belt first. Kamen Rider Kabuto is number 5 at the halfway point. Yeah, I agree with that one. It wasn't a bad series, but it was confusing as all hell. It's like a mixture there. I couldn't even tell you what the hell the point of it was, because I've only seen clips of it, and it's not very good clips, so, yeah. Kamen Rider Ryuki comes in at number 4. If I remember correctly, this is the one that Dragonite was based off of. For those of you that don't know, Kamen Rider Dragonite was the American version that we got here in the U.S. that I think was the CW Vortex had, or CW Kids had. Or I think CW. I think it was the Vortex or something. Either way, it was the one that aired on like Saturday mornings, and then they didn't even fully finish airing the whole damn thing on TV. They had to pop the couple last episodes online because, yeah, what the hell. Agito comes in at number 3. I'm not huge with Agito. I didn't really like it. Not even the theme song sucked. And the series that kicked off this entire Heisei era started with Kamen Rider Kyuga, which is number 2. It's a strange thing that the one that kicks it off is only second place. What could possibly top it? Well, what topped it, according to fans, is my favorite Kamen Rider series from the Heisei era of Kamen Rider. Yes, I am talking Kamen Rider Den-O. Den-O was my favorite Kamen Rider series by far. It kicked ass in so many ways. It's literally the entire epiphany of you can honestly be an average person living an average life, and boom, you can become a Kamen Rider. Because the guy in it basically finds this rider pass to get on the Den liner, and he found it by mere chance. I don't think fate or anything had anything to do with it. It was by chance. At least I'm assuming it was. Somebody out there in the comment section is probably going to massacre me and go, it wasn't by chance, blah, blah, blah. There's an entire thing, blah, blah, blah. Everybody knows it, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, okay. It's the way I interpreted it. It was still cool either way. There's like 4 personalities that were forced to live inside his head. Whenever he transformed, he had to take on the personality of one of those 4. Usually it was Ori Sanju, the ogre. There was also another one that was the strength one. There was one that was love struck, and one that acted like a kid. Then there was the other rider, the second rider, the B rider of the series, Yuto, and his partner Deneb, who, honestly, Yuto was a good character, but his rider transformation was... Let me put it to you this way. When your better transformation is when you team up with your partner and form that armor with the cape and the guns on the shoulder, that's a way better transformation than what you do by going and changing it into a different form and color. And then your partner becomes a massive gun. Nah, I like the other one better. But, yeah, some of it was pretty good. The final few episodes were a bit confusing because if you come in on it, a lot of the other forms start dropping off because they're sticking to a certain part of time to allow everybody to get back to the current time so that they can stop the evil. It makes sense if you watch it from start to finish. Very few filler episodes in it. The movies kind of play perfectly into it in every way, shape, and form. Minus, of course, the ones that were done after the series had ended. That still confused me to this day. But still, they weren't bad movies. It wasn't a bad show. And I agree with the fans on this one. Den-O was number 1. You want my opinion on 2 more you can ditch on this list? Get rid of Kyuga and Agito and replace them with Gaim and... Oh, do I ever want to say it? I'll throw Wizard a bone. So you could have Wizard and Gaim on this place, on this ranking, instead of Kuga and Agito. So my top 10 list for this would be Den-O at number 1, of course. I would probably put Drive a little higher up on the list. Gaim definitely would be on the list. Wizard would be on the list, even though I wasn't a huge fan of it. It would still be on the list. Decade would be on the list. That didn't even crack the top 10. Decade would be on the list. Damn, it's going to kill me. W would be a little higher. Forze would be right about where it's at now. Ryuki, Kabuto, and 555 would be a little further down at the bottom. And X-Aid wouldn't even be on this list to begin with. I would have a totally different series there. I don't know which one, but it sure as hell wouldn't be X-Aid. So everything would technically be in flux at that point. But yeah, so if you know the Kamen Rider series from the Heisei era, what are your favorites? I know this topic went on for a while, but still, it's not a bad thing. But yeah, so what are your thoughts on that? Let me know in the comments too. I'm kind of curious. I mean, that's my thoughts. What are yours? Alright, so for those of you that have been following along on Jeopardy with all the trials and tribulations that have been going along with that wonderful game show where you basically have to answer in the form of a goddamn question, because I could never do that. That's why whenever I used to play Jeopardy at home with people, it was just answer the damn question, because you have to answer in the form of a question. I would suck at Jeopardy because I can't do that. Answer in the form of a question, why? It makes no sense to me. If you've been following Jeopardy around for the last, I want to say, couple weeks here, to maybe a month, give or take, remember Ken Jennings? The guy that basically 15 years ago kicked Jeopardy's ass by beating the game at 74 episodes, winning a total of roughly $2.5 million, and being brought down by a goddamn tax preparation question? Because he did his own taxes and didn't go to an actual service, and the person that beat him was shocked, and that video is still going viral on YouTube to this day. Yeah. Well, if you've been following along with Jeopardy recently, besides Alex Trebek's cancer announcement earlier this year, I think like back in March, and even like earlier this month, I don't remember anymore, but either way, his cancer announcement, tournaments and stuff like that have been going on, there's been a contestant named James Holzhauer, who has been working towards basically either tying Ken Jennings' record or practically kicking his ass at it. Yeah. And he's doing it at an astounding pace. So either he's going to go for the amount of episodes he's been on or the money he's going to be making. You're going to hear why in a moment. So after Friday evening's broadcast of the quiz program, where you have to answer in the form of a question because Alex Trebek demands it, in other words, you don't get points, so you can't win the game, and that way when you get the daily double, you still look like an idiot when you can only wager up to $1,000 when you're in the freaking negative. Yeah. I have some beefs with Jeopardy, okay? Well, Holzhauer has won about $850,000 over just 12 episodes. But if he keeps up this rate, he's going to reach Ken Jennings' $2.5 million in less than half the time it took Ken to do it. But on top of that, he's also taxing the show's prize pool. His prize budget that the show has, he's taxing the hell out of that. So, when he went on the show, the most money earned in a single episode was $77,000. During his 12-episode streak, he's beaten that total not once, not twice, not even 4 times. No, he's 5 times. He's quintupled that. He's quintupled that record. 5 times he's beaten that. And has set the new record at $131,127. That's the most money earned in a single episode of Jeopardy. I had to take a little breather there for a moment because I just gotta comprehend this. So, Holzhauer, and I do apologize if I'm mispronouncing the name here. His success has been attributed to not just his deep trivia knowledge, but to his aggressive style of play. He homes in on the high-value tiles that might contain the daily doubles, and then often bets enormous sums when he finds them, and his unmatched buzzer-pressing reflexes are to be feared. I'm guessing he did a lot of push-the-button games in preparation for this. Hand-eye coordination is just so excellent at this. Whatever his method, though, he's far exceeding the show's average single-day winnings, which the Jeopardy fan website calculated to be $19,980. That's an average single-day winning on Jeopardy. just a little under 20 grand. Literally, $20 under 20 grand. With his sometimes six-figure daily prizes, how much damage is he doing to the show's finances, though? Because game shows have a finite amount of money for prizes and that they can give away as prizes. And he's taxing their pool rather quickly. Every game show has a prize budget, says Bob Borden, a former head of programming at Game Show Network who has worked on dozens of shows there and elsewhere, including Family Feud. Typically, for a long-running show, the prize budget is determined by way of averages of what has been won in the past. Large deviations from such averages can strain these prize budgets. James' performance, I'm sure, is causing grief for an accountant somewhere. Yes, there's an accountant somewhere that's sucking down cigarettes and booze way faster than you could ever imagine possible. I can just see it now every single time Jeopardy airs. When they start hearing the words, "This is Jeopardy." Crap. This is my sixth pack today. I'm just going to light them all up. I'm going to need it. Then after the show's over and he finds out that the guy's won like $145,000 or something like in the next couple months or something, all of a sudden he's going to be like, I have 9-1 on speed dial. All I got to do is press 1. Yeah, there's an accountant somewhere that is definitely having some panic attacks. I'm not even going to lie. This isn't good. This isn't good. This isn't good. This isn't good. Oh, God, I'm screwed. Oh, God, no. So estimating the payouts, though, is easier for some type of shows than others. So you know the winners of Survivor is going to get $1 million. But the second and third place players will get, so you know what the second and third place players will get. So the prize budget on that is locked. Budgets for shows such as Jeopardy with variable winnings are harder to project. Because think about it. You don't know if a person's going to win by literally $1. Oh, look, you bet $9,999 out of your $10,000 pool. You literally won Jeopardy by $1. Congratulations. Some production companies protect against the unpredictability by taking out insurance policies that cover abnormally large jackpots. This is a commonality for most shows, according to Bowden. Shows such as Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, in which giving out the top prize is rare but really costly. Yeah, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Do you actually get to the $1 million? No, I didn't think so. But at least you get a chance to get up to, what is it, $500,000 before you usually stop? That's a good place to do it. According to Bowden, though, he says that he'd be surprised if Jeopardy which has a prize structure less prone to extremes, has such a policy. Representatives for Jeopardy and Sony Pictures Television, which produced it, didn't respond apparently to the article writer's request for details about the show's financial workings. Yeah, I could kind of see that being a closely guarded trade secret that's locked inside of a 7-room vault somewhere, along with the Dr. Pepper recipe and where Jimmy Hoffa's buried and any other little conspiracy theories you want to throw in there. Jeopardy, though, should fare just fine during Howitzer's reign for 2 reasons. First, prize budgets are generally not game shows' biggest expenses. Bowden says that bills for paying production crews and on-air talent tend to be higher. Alex Trebek's salary is reported to be $10 million a year. Second, Hauser's stellar performances are drawing in the viewers. You can't deny the fact that more asses are being glued to seats and eyes are being glued to screens watching him kick Jeopardy ass. But in a situation like that, you're going to have things where the records are getting set and broken every night. you're gonna have people that are gonna go, is today gonna be the day? We gotta watch this. I want to be there when he finally loses, goddammit! I'm gonna be there when his ass gets taken down. That excitement keeps the bottom line going because then it's more advertisers that are airing their products aired, which adds up to more money. Think of it this way. I can actually use YouTube here as an example. Imagine you have a YouTube page or YouTube channel and you have videozation that's monetized, which means you can make money off of the ads. Now let's say that you have a video series where you improve it every single day and people are watching this every single day. I'll put a good example up on here. Let's say you have a puppet show with action figures that basically are kicking ass and taking names. Think Super Mario Logan, but with actual plastic puppets and plastic toys and not really chiselly made hand puppets and a Mario figure. And yeah, I did a review on it. Trust me, I'm still getting stuff popping up in my feed. Anyway, if you have something like that and the quality keeps improving every single night, like you have an overarching story amongst, let's say you have it up for an entire week, and you have an overarching story that ends on a cliffhanger, well, you're going to have people that are going to want to watch the next episode, so they're going to tune in. They're going to make sure they click the notification icon, which, by the way, don't forget to do that on my channel, too, if you want to be made up to date for new videos when they drop. And they're going to click the subscribe button. Again, something else you should do on my channel just in case. I know it's shameless promotion, but still. Anyway, you're going to have more people that are going to make sure they tune in, which means that the advertisers are going to get more chance to pitch their stuff. The more they pitch their stuff, the more money they make, which means the more money they give to YouTube, which technically means you get a small cut of it for being there. Basically drug mule in this case, where the drug is you're pitching whatever the other client is selling and you're just basically delivering it to the people using YouTube as a medium. I know it's horrible to think of it that way, but it's true. So with Jennings, is extremely valuable to Jeopardy in this regard, though, but with the average winnings of about $34,000 an episode, he was a bargain compared with Holzhauer, who's averaging roughly $71,000. If Trebek's salaries are indeed correct, Holzhauer is currently out-earning the show's host per episode basis. So every episode he's on, if Trebek's salary is over $10 million an episode, or is it $10 million a year or $10 million an episode here? Okay, $10 million a year. So if it's $10 million a year for Trebek, and this guy's making or averaging roughly $71,000 per episode, he's making more money than Trebek, the guy that's hosting the show. That's gotta hurt. Of course, though, he's got a bit less job security. Remember, Trebek isn't going anywhere just yet. He's vowed to beat his cancer. He's vowed to stick around for Jeopardy for, what was it, the next 30 years or 3 years at least or something? And even if he does go, you have at least one or two potential, stand-ins to take his job. So technically, never mind, he does have job security. Because he could easily just take Trebek's job. The guy is kicking ass on Jeopardy. Unless you're going to offer the hosting gig to Ken Jennings, which would be an interesting turnaround. My mom keeps saying that. This guy's got his hand in the hat too. All you got to do is, hey, look, I can host this show too. I had a crap ton of winnings on the show. I know trivia. Yeah, that's great. And you're just hosting the show. Yeah, so all I got to do is just read the questions. Schmooze up the contestants. And read the questions some more. And the categories. That's all I gotta do. But, yeah, so there is that's going on. I mean, it's just an ever-growing nightmare here on Jeopardy. I mean, damn. Who would have thought quiz shows started becoming so intense? Where's Billy Quizboy when you need him? Seriously, where is he? Where's Billy Quizboy when you need him? Why can't he come back? He can kick this guy's ass and call it a day. He probably would, too. I miss the days of Ken Jennings on Jeopardy. Alrighty, folks, that's going to do it this week for the absolutely, completely random podcast. Sorry this one went a bit overboard, but the topics were really flowing tonight, I just want to say. They were just coming out of the woodwork like crazy. But anyway, if you have a topic you'd like me to talk about, feel free to drop it in one of three places. Either on the discussion section here on the YouTube channel, on my Otaku or Otaku Roads Twitter page, or on the Web Designer 18 Facebook page. Drop it on one of those places, and you can actually probably hear me talk about it here on the podcast, provided it's something that's interesting. Then again, if it's not, I'll probably still talk about it anyway. What would you like to hear me talk about? Plop it up on one of those three sections. Either the discussion page on my YouTube channel, the Otaku or Otaku Roads Twitter page that I have, or on the Web Designer 18 Facebook page. Any of those places, you can easily drop a comment and drop a discussion or a topic you'd like to hear talked about or discussed here on the podcast. And until next time, I'm Andrew Rhodes, and this has been the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast. It's getting late, I'm getting sleepy, and it's time to call this one a night. So good night, everybody, and have a pleasant weekend and a pleasant week. And I will see you all, or catch you all, or be here with you all next time on the Absolutely Completely Random Podcast.